Hey, Melissa, we've got a Supreme Court decision here that might have some impact on President Trump's clash with the Federal Reserve. In this case, what the Supreme Court is doing is granting a stay requested by the government, a stay of orders by a lower court that blocked the president's ability to fire some members of these outside boards, like the National Labor Relations Board and one other board. And so the president now will be able to fire those people. And one of the arguments in this case had been that if the president gets the ability to fire those people, then he might have ability legally then to fire people from the Federal Reserve. But, and this is a big but, in this decision by the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice is writing that the respondents here contend that arguments in this case necessarily implicate the constitutionality of removal protections for members of the Federal Reserve Board of Governors or other members of the Federal Open Market Committee. We disagree. The Federal Reserve is a uniquely structured quasi-private entity that follows in the distinct historical tradition of the first and second banks of the United States. So what the Supreme Court is saying here is, even though they're granting the president this authority, this stay, which is temporary in this case, it doesn't, they say, have anything to do with the overall argument about whether the president does or does not have the authority to fire people at the Fed. They're saying the Fed is structured differently, has a different history, and therefore that's an entirely different issue. So that is interesting and may have some implication on the president's fight with Jay Powell over the Federal Reserve.